Yo, still Bills, what's the deal, man? Yo, my fault, man. Just random shit just popped in my head before I started to record, man. Just it's this video that's about 2 or 3 years old on Facebook, man, and allegedly it's fake, but this dude, some nigga decided to take a package off this other, this ex-marine's porch, and he booby trapped the package. And every time I see that video, I cry laughing, like uncontrollably cry laughing, man. And I'm hearing it's fake, but it is what it is, man. That shit, bro. Oh my fucking god, I can't get enough of that video. But peep game, man, I want to get into some shit, man, and that is Devin Haney. We really, just I want to keep talking about this Devin Haney situation, not necessarily the situation. Well, yeah, it does have everything to do with the past, this past weekend's festivities, man. Uh, oh shit, I gotta take this shit in. Oh damn. I feel that he said some shit in the past, and in particular, like when he fought Regis Prograis, he said something that I always felt kind of conflicted with, not even kind of, very much so conflicted with, when he said that Josh Taylor wasn't on his level. You dig? Like, you got one good fight, and who was at the Josh Taylor, and Josh Taylor ain't on my level. I'm like, I always felt slighted by that. Because the Josh Taylor that we are seeing in the now is a depleted Josh Taylor. Like, he's not the Josh Taylor that he was back in 2020, 2019, 2021 when he went for Undisputed. You know what I'm saying? Like, this isn't the same Josh Taylor, and that's his own fault because he just refuses to jump up to 147 pounds. Refuses to jump up, and he's so stubborn and bullheaded that he wants to prove that he's the better fighter between him and Jack Catterall down at 140 pounds. And it's just like, hey, man, you skated away with a victory. You got stripped after that victory because just because of the outrage and backlash surrounding that victory. You should have just, took that and just said, all right, yo, I'm outie. Instead you chose to fight Teofimo Lopez or whatever, and we all saw what that, you got your first official loss after that. So you should have just, took that win and skirted, man. But before that, this dude was a wrecking machine, man. Josh Taylor was one of my favorite fighters to watch. That was a bad Scott right there, man. That motherfucker was nice. And now it's like, how does Devin Haney in this, after this past weekend's festivities, how does that notion age well that Josh Taylor wasn't on his level? Because, when you look at Josh Taylor isn't and this is how I've always felt, man. Like, Regis did as good as he did in that fight because of the style. They say styles make fights. A lot of times motherfuckers will just say that shit just for, to be saying it. And it's like, you don't understand how contradictory what you're saying is, because you're saying this dude is going to beat this dude because styles make fights, but he has the style that contradicts this guy's style right here. It's just the dumbest shit in the world. But the notion is definitely true. Styles definitely do make fights. So for Regis is a dude who doesn't, he doesn't have the fastest feet. He doesn't want to have to go on the hunt for his kill. Josh Taylor is a dude who likes to fight between mid range and in the pocket. He's a scrappy dude, and that's how Regis was able to have the amount of success that he had in that fight. That's just us being real about it, man. Like, and it was a damn good fight. Damn, you what, like, potential fight of the year candidate? That was a damn good fight. That was a, like, yo, man, just that was a good one right there. That was a real good brawl. But and because Devin Haney looks at that fight with how easily he was, how good Regis Prograis looked in that fight against Josh Taylor, and he doesn't think much of Regis Prograis. It's like, yo, Josh Taylor wasn't on my level neither. My thing is this, man. I'm not writing Devin Haney off. I'm honestly not. I'm not going to do that off of a loss, even though I'm mad about the loss. And it is a bad, cringeworthy loss because everybody had you favored to win that fight. And, the odds makers, they had you favored to win that fight. And just everybody on the street, there wasn't that many people who were saying Ryan Garcia was going to win that fight. It wasn't. So you should have, it was a reason why you went into the, there was a reason why, even with you getting complacent and planting your feet, it was a reason why. Because you felt that, I got this shit in the bag anyway, even though he clipped you right out the gate in the first round. Even though he clipped you. You said, yo, this, that ain't about nothing. Because even as the fight was going on and he was flirting, he was kind of like smiling. I know the difference between a smile, like when you get hit with something flush, And it's not. It's like, yo, just yeah, keep punching, man, because you're leaving yourself too open for me to clip. Like I'm a punch in between the punches and clip you with something. There's a difference between smiling like that and the difference between smiling like, oh yeah, you got me. This is just me trying to play mind games. I didn't get that mind game shit from Devin Haney, because those were the rounds that Devin Haney was dominating in when he was smiling at Ryan Garcia. When Ryan Garcia was letting his hands go a little bit. You dig? So I you know, I he just felt comfortable enough in that fight to plant his feet, and it cost him dearly. It cost him dearly for it. It cost him a great. It cost him. So after that, I'm thinking to myself, all right, cool. Now you're looking at, Ryan Garcia, who's somewhat eye level with Devin Haney. He may even he's recorded as an inch and a half taller. Josh Taylor is close to 6 foot. Josh Taylor is closer to 6 foot. He hits harder, far more skilled than Ryan Garcia. Far more skilled. And I don't even think it's comparable, because Ryan Garcia isn't even as skilled as Devin Haney, which is why this is such a fucking black eye. Ugh. Ryan Garcia, he pales in comparison, in comparison to Josh Taylor. If that's Josh Taylor, the Josh Taylor that fought Regis Prograis, I don't want to say I don't want to even, I could even say Jose Ramirez, because he was walking Jose Ramirez into a lot of traps. He was walking him into a lot of traps. So I think he kind of, he operated off of the back foot a little bit, man. But he was all for progression with Regis Prograis. If that Josh Taylor goes in there, the Josh Taylor that fought Regis Prograis goes in there with the Devin Haney that fought Ryan Garcia, he would have got his ass knocked out. He would have got knocked out. Now sometimes because people are writing him off or whatever the case may be. Sometimes the shit that the more predictable shit, sometimes that win, because it's like you're so surprised by that you're doing what it is that you're doing, that you would normally know better than to just continue to just throw the left hook without setting it up, hooking, throwing it off of the jab, tapping the left hook to the body and bringing the hook up, back upstairs, or shooting the uppercut up the middle and hooking off of that. You would know better, normally, you would do something like that a little bit more sophisticated and prestigious, and speaks to your skill set and the punch selections and combinations that you decide to throw. He wasn't doing none of that. He was just throwing the left hook and repeatedly throwing the left hook. Like he was super spamming the left hook. Fight Night Champion spamming, undisputed boxing spamming. You dig? He was doing a lot of spamming with the left hook. And he couldn't get out of the way of it. And the minute it landed, it's like, yo, no. So now how you what exactly do you do with Josh Taylor? And I don't this ain't me being facetious, but how exactly is Josh Taylor not on your level? I've never made a video about that, and I wanted to make a video about that. But how exactly wasn't Josh Taylor at his peak on your level? Because that Josh Taylor was a bad man. That Josh Taylor was undisputed. That Josh Taylor had a far more significant undisputed title run than you did. So how wasn't he on your level? I never understood that. And that was a question I really wanted to ask motherfuckers. Like, how is it that Devin Haney is saying that Josh Taylor wasn't on his level? I don't get that. I don't get that, because if Ryan Garcia can have you looking like that, bro, what do you think a Jose Ramirez would do? Let's really start dissecting the 140 pound, like the pressure fighters at 140 pounds, Brody. Subriel Matias. We don't even got to go to Subriel Matias, but we won't even do that. I still think you beat the ever-living shit out of Isaac Cruz, bro. But Ryan, I think Ryan is more of a sophisticated boxer than Isaac Cruz. But if you are getting caught by left hooks, you're getting consistently caught by left hooks. And Isaac Cruz is proven to have a pretty good chin, bro. Like, he's not I don't think much of Isaac Cruz, but he's a durable fighter. He's a durable fighter. So can you maintain that pace? And I think you could maintain that pace, but just when you have a fight who's gun shy about the counter, when you have a fighter that's gun shy about the counter, it's a lot easier to maintain your gas tank, or sustain your gas tank. Isaac Cruz doesn't give a fuck. He's gonna be, it's gonna be consistent forward momentum, Tyson-ish Tyson Chicken-ish, I forgot about that. Head movement, side to side, up and down movement. You dig? Nothing, immaculate, but he's getting his head off the line, and to a certain degree, it ain't just straight up in the air. But how do you fare against that type of pressure right there? Me personally, I think you ever beat the ever living shit out of Isaac Cruz, but that question has to be asked. Another question that has to be asked: Gustavo Limos. How do you fare with that type of pressure? Richardson Hitchens is listed at 5'10". He's listed at 5'10", making him taller than you. I don't, I think y'all punching power may be somewhat. It may vary slightly. I don't think Devin Haney has the bigger punch. I don't know, but nonetheless, sharp countering and pivoting didn't necessarily work with him. It didn't work. Limos was on his ass. The difference was he proved to be a lot more durable than you. He proved to be a lot more durable. How do you look in front of the Argentine? How do you look? How, bro? Like this is a legitimate question, bro. I don't know. I'm second guessing all this shit, bro. Like you let this motherfucker do that shit to you, and now you looking, like, come on, man, come on. Even when you look at Teofimo, bro, when you look at Teofimo Lopez is a way more calculated fighter than Ryan Garcia, bro. He's a lot more. His head movement, his defense is better. His counter punching capabilities are better. The only thing, I'm just really having a hard time with this, man, because I want to be that guy. Like, oh my God, pause. Annoying. But like I said, you know, I had you beating Teofimo Lopez like in recent history, just because of how bad he's looked without boxers. How he looked with Sandor Ryan, not Sandor Ryan, but Sandor Martin. How he looked with Jermaine Ortiz, man. When Teofimo has to go on the hunt, he doesn't look as good. Do you stay disciplined long enough to keep to keep that man at the end of your jab, at the mercy of your jab? I don't know, bro. I don't know. I, like this shit has me really second guessing a lot of shit. I thought you was the second best champion in the division. I thought a lot of them fighters that you would have been able to do, like the pressure fighters. Like I think you could potentially beat Jack Catterall. I'd pick you to beat Jack Catterall if we being real. I'd pick you to be, but even then it's like I don't know, bro, because it would be a boring fight because it'd be about who's gonna take the lead, and neither one of y'all want to take the lead. It'd be a snooze fest. It's gonna be 2 punch combinations, and that's gonna be it. That's gonna be the end of it. That's gonna be the end of it, man. And just whoever decides that they want to take lead. Maybe Devin gets a little bit comfortable. Maybe you could. Maybe just after a while when you feel the urgency of the crowd get growing bored or whatever, you decide to plant your feet. But the minute you decide to plant your feet, you're not necessarily smart enough in the pocket like that, bro, because you open up too much. So that could be to your detriment. So I don't know. Like I'd pick you. I'd pick you over Richardson Hitchens at this moment, bro. I'd pick you, but I don't just. I'm like I don't know. Now I'm really second guessing myself because he's the longer and taller. He's the rangier fighter between the two of y'all. So I'd pick. Normally I'd pick you. I would have picked you over all of the outboxers. The only fighter I thought you wasn't going to be able to deal with was Subriel Matias. And now here we are, man. I don't know, bro. I'm not so sure how you do against Liam Pyro, bro. Like I don't know, bro. I don't know how you do with these lengthier fighters. I'm not so sure with punching power because Liam Pyro can punch. Richardson Hitchens isn't necessarily a puncher. No, not even necessarily. Richardson Hitchens is absolutely not a puncher. It's his spark. It's his IQ that's gonna get him by. His counter punching. His defense. That's what's gonna get him by in these fights. But I don't. Man, I'm not. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, man. Even when you look at Sandor Martin, how he was able to do Teofimo Lopez, man, like these dudes are proven to be a lot more. Their temperament is being a lot more higher than yours. You know what I'm saying? And their discipline and ability to stick to a game plan is showing to be a little bit more higher than yours at this time, given the caliber of competition that they're fighting. I don't think Regis Prograis isn't a better win than Teofimo Lopez. It isn't. And Sandor Martin won that fight against Teofimo Lopez. So it's like, man, just how do you do with these? Even when you're talking about another outboxer, man. Even when you're talking about another outboxer, like a dude who can stick to a game plan, I don't give a fuck about the crowd. I'm not gonna be no, no. I'm not gonna be the, no box office attraction. No, no. I'm being properly compensated to where I can care for my family, doing what it is that I love to do. I'm content with that. I'm not gonna be no multi-million-dollar fighter. I'm gonna get $1 million fight purses at a time, if I even get that much, depending on what platform I fight on. Some fighters are content with that. Everybody ain't trying to get the Canelo bag and the Anthony Joshua bag or even the Tank and Ryan bag. Nah, no, no. And with Sandor Martin, he fights a safety first fight, and with that, he's comfortable within that, to where he can follow a game plan from rounds 1 to 12. A higher level of temperament about him. Do you beat Sandor Martin? I don't know. I don't know, man. I just, it's a lot of questions that need answering about Devin Haney, and I think he'll answer them. I don't think this is it for Devin Haney, man. I know I was listening to my man Ring Guy Q. Shout out to Jules and all in the panel, but he was saying that he might end up being a Tony Harrison. And I definitely understand that. I definitely understand that. I get it. I definitely get it, man. But I'm not willing to throw the baby out with the bathwater as of right now. But he makes a damn good point. You can box a nigga ears off, bro. You're a really talented boxer, but bruh, I said it once, I'm gonna say it again. You need to get away from your daddy as far as coaching is concerned. Let Pops handle, the business end of your career. Let Pops be the mouthpiece. Let Pops go on these, on these social media platforms and podcasts and shit like that and speak high praises of his son. Let Pops do that. Pops can't be training you for a fight, bro. Pops can't be training you for a fight. I don't like the instruction he gives in the corner. I don't like how he looks when he's holding the mitts. Like when he's going through, when he's taking you through the rudiments and them the combinations, man. Like even how he holds the mitts, it looks real like, underdeveloped. He's not necessarily sure on what punches to throw. It's nothing advanced. It's nothing. It's nothing advanced. Now this is somebody who knows how to hold mitts and throw it 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2. I'm not seeing nothing really sophisticated, man. It's no Derek James shit. It's no Eddie Reynoso. It's no Manny Robles. It's no Ishmael Salas. I'm not getting them vibes from Bill Haney. It's no Freddie, John David Jackson. It's not none of them dudes. It's not no Buddy McGurk. It's not none of them. And after a loss like this, a demoralizing loss, that needs to be the first adjustment you make. Is an in-camp adjustment. Pops, it is no shade against you, but I got to go find another trainer who's a lot more experienced in this field of expertise. And that's okay. If he a real one, he'd understand that. This ain't me kicking you out of camp or nothing like that. That'll never happen. But I just, for this task right here, for the greater good of my career, I need a new coach. I need a new coach who can help me work on my deficiencies, man. Bill Haney cannot help Devin fix his deficiencies. And sticking to a game plan is a deficiency. Defense is a deficiency, bro. It's a deficiency, and it's not a deficiency against certain caliber fighters, but it's a deficiency against the likes of a Lomachenko and clearly a Jorge Linares. Clearly a Ryan Garcia is clearly a deficiency. You just getting complacent. You getting complacent. You dig? Like that. This whole fight has me really second guessing you, not writing you off, but second guessing the type of fighters that I felt that you would have normally beat. Because I thought normally you would have beat a Ryan Garcia, but now all of this shit, I'm like, man, I don't know, bro. I don't know how you gonna do against. Man, I don't know. I don't know. Could you imagine him in the ring with a Williams? Oh my fucking god! A Williams Zepeda. Pressure seems to be, you seem to unravel under pressure. So I'm just sitting here like, man, it's a head scratcher. It's a serious head scratcher. And I just don't, I don't want you to get discouraged, and I don't want, niggas to just start writing you off like you a bum and all that shit, because you clearly ain't. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. I don't throw my jokes or whatever, because I am irritated that you lost, because you were supposed to get this, this fucking guy up out of here. And nothing niggas keep doing, they keep talking about, I never let a white boy beat me. Ryan Garcia is not white. Let's stop playing games. That's a light-skinned Mexican. That's a light-skinned Chicano. That's a light-skinned Chicano. I don't know, like, niggas get this really, this notion that, if you lighter skin or whatever, you white. Every nationality of people have fairer skin and darker skinned people. Look at their facial features, man. You can look Ryan in his face and tell that ain't no white boy. You look Lomachenko in his face and tell that that's a white boy. Look at Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez. You know who you was in front of. You know who you. Hey, all right. You know what it was, Brody. You knew what it was. So that I never let a white. Ain't no white boy about to beat me. Ain't no white boy about to beat me. No, well, except Lomachenko, in my personal opinion. Bro, come on now. Ain't no white boy. I'll never let no white boy beat. Hey, bro. Hey, we feel like Lomachenko beat you, bro. Yo, these swerves is a motherfucker up here, bro. Damn. But I'll never let no white boy beat me. Ain't no white boy. All right, cool. Lomachenko beat you, bro. I don't go fuck with nobody say. But stop trying to use that because Ryan is light skinned and all that. Like, that shit is lame to me. That shit is lame. Lame as fuck. But yeah, man, that's pretty much how I'm feeling about it, man. The first thing you need to do after you lick your wounds, move your pops from chief commander in your corner. He should not be commander in chief in your corner, bro. You need a coach that gives really good instruction. You need a coach that's offer. I didn't hear the corner, but the minute he clipped you with that left hand, and maybe he did say something about it, but the minute he clipped you with that left hand in that first round, a seasoned cornerman would have been and told you better get your ass on your bike. A seasoned cornerman would have said, hey, the minute he dropped you, stop walking and stop trying to walk into him. All that hugging, because you should have got Dr. Point. At this point, it's time to rely on your instincts and get your legs back. Because you got a couple of the knockdowns. One of the knockdowns was out of the clinch. Another knockdown should have been it didn't. I don't think it wasn't classified as a knockdown, but that should have been a knockdown as well. And it was once again you holding. So man, yeah, I just like I said, man, this whole thing got me really second guessing Devin Haney, bro. Really second guessing Devin Haney. I'm serious second guessing. Because I just cannot get over the fact that you allow the pressure from a Ryan Garcia to really unravel you, bro. And that's another thing, man. Like what was I don't know what what Bill or anybody in his corner was telling him after he touched Earth a couple of times, because his attack got repetitive. You're getting repetitive in your attack. He can see whatever shot you're throwing coming a mile away. What are you, what combinations, what instruction are you giving him to set up a shot with, bro? Devin Haney has a really good jab, man. Yeah, no jabs to the body, no jabs to the body. With your feet, you should have been spinning that dude even after that shit, man. There's no reason why that. It's just, it's easier said than done. It's a lot easier said than done. Definitely, I get it, man. But I'm speaking from a from a just looking at you and being able and seeing everything that you're better than this dude. What you should have been doing. It's easier to say what a motherfucker should be doing when he ain't in the ring. I get that. I don't want to come off as that dude, but bruh, I don't know, man. You got some soul searching to do, and I hope you do it, and I think you will do it. Like you said, Allah's a perfect planner, so your faith and your conviction in Islam is gonna guide you through this time of darkness, man. But it's time to start making certain adjustments, homie. And that's pretty much all I got to say about it, man. I'm picking up my daughter. I'm about to go home and get me something to eat, man. So I'll get with y'all later. Yo, y'all stay righteous. Deuces.